To welcome you to today's webinar. We will be focusing on PROMOTIC SCADA software and its usage for energy monitoring and energy monitoring systems in general. I hope you had a productive morning and you were looking for this event as much as I was. I hope you have good connectivity and my audio and video is clear. In order to start, before we continue, I would like to inform you that for your interaction with me and my colleague, who is also here supporting me on this event, his name is Kazimir, and he's responsible also for technical support and stuff. He will be here helping me today. And as for the interaction with the two of us, I would like to ask you to use the chat sub window that is on your bottom right corner of your screen, and use this chat to ask questions. If we have a quick answer for you, my colleague or I will try to answer your questions immediately. If it's something more complex, we can have a Q&A session at the end of this webinar, or you can then send these questions directly to me. I will share my contacts with you so we can keep in touch, and all the information that you are interested in can be shared with you. So I hope you are ready. I hope we are ready too. And let us begin. I will start with a short summary of the agenda that we will be going through today. So the first step will be to introduce ourselves. Then we will introduce our core product, the PROMOTIC SCADA software. Then we will show you how to quickly and easily create a very simple, small SCADA application using our SCADA software, and then we will elaborate about how to use LUMEL energy meters and other devices in combination with our SCADA software to create more complex and robust energy monitoring systems. And we will also show you a working system that is implemented directly in LUMEL. So I hope by these steps we will show you that mastering your energy consumption and effectivity using our tools can be an easy task to do. So first, let me introduce myself. My name is David. I'm responsible for sales activities in MicroSys company here in Czech Republic. We are the distributor and developer of the PROMOTIC SCADA software platform. And my colleague here is responsible for technical support and application development. So let me first start with the general presentation of our SCADA software in order to get you familiar with what we do and what our software platform can provide. So let me start my presentation. Okay, so just to repeat, our company name is MicroSys. We are seated in the Czech Republic, in the city of Ostrava. We are on the automation SCADA market since 1991, and in 2024 we were acquired by LUMEL. So now we are a proud member of the Reshaft group. The company in general consists of two groups. We have a software group that is responsible for developing the software platform, the PROMOTIC SCADA software platform itself. And also we have a small application group where we have application guys using this platform to provide applications for our customers. As for the core product, the PROMOTIC SCADA software, it is a typical SCADA based on Windows operating system with all the features that you may expect from a mature and highly developed SCADA software. The system is object-based. It supports a very wide variety of technical IT and industrial standards. So we are very open and flexible. As for the role of the SCADA software in the typical technology, you can see here from the bottom up, we have a technology that is responsible for example, manufacturing process or energy generation or something like that. We have sensors, meters, PLCs mostly, and these devices generate data. And using our SCADA, we can connect to these devices using various types of connectivity links and the various types of communication protocols. And using this data, we can then visualize, we can store the data with a timestamp into a database system. We call this process trending. And of course, you can define alarms and events in the system. So these can be triggered and cause, for example, sending an email or visual and audio alarming and so on. And also we can process the data and pass the data to other systems in the for example, in the enterprise, where they have the enterprise database system or enterprise information system and other systems, ERPs and so on. So we can prepare the data into the correct format and pass the data into these other systems that are present in the company. And there is also one unique feature that we have integrated in our SCADA, and that's the integrated web server that allows sharing the data with any device that is equipped with a web browser. I will go deeper into this topic later in the presentation, because this is really a unique feature for our SCADA. I mentioned that collecting data and saving the values with a timestamp is a process that we call trending. So we have a whole subsystem dedicated to this. And it's very important to understand that we are not focused on a single type of database system where we can store the data. We can use various types of database systems and store the data there. So we are very flexible. Usually we use the database system that is already present in the company where we implement our system. So this gives us a great deal of flexibility to adapt to existing database systems. As for the viewing of the data, we also have graphic components that can be fully configured by the application designer. So you can use all types of table viewing and also many types of graphic charts. You can configure everything to your liking. So, and this is also true for the other features that I will be mentioning. Our system is very flexible and can be configured to suit every need. I also mentioned the functionality of alarms and events. So this is something any SCADA must have. And it's, again, fully configurable by the designer or the user. And also the alarms and events can be stored in a database system. So we are getting a full log of the application runtime, and you know everything that's happening there. And you can, for example, if there is a problem in the technology, you can go back in time in the log and investigate what happened. So this is also very useful and commonly used in SCADA systems. Something that we are very strong in is the flexibility of communications. So we have our own library of communication drivers. And these drivers are integrated in PROMOTIC SCADA, so you can select a specific industrial communication protocol and then connect to any device that is using such communication. This is just a subsection of the whole list. I will then show you where you can find the complete list of all communication drivers that we have available in PROMOTIC SCADA. So this is also something that we can consider to be a unique feature. I don't know about any other SCADA system that has such a rich library of communication drivers. There are also other communication interfaces standardized. At these days, the most commonly used is the OPC UA standard. So this is also implemented, but also other IT standard communications are available, adding to the flexibility of the system. I mentioned at the beginning that our system is very open, and this allows us to integrate into existing environment of hardware and software already present in, for example, production plans of our customers. So this is giving us great opportunities to be present in a situation where other SCADA systems wouldn't be possible to implement. Again, this is thanks to implementation of a great deal of standards that are used in industrial and IT systems. So this is giving us a great edge for implementation in the situations where these hardware and software environments already exist in our customers' premises. When I mentioned openness of the system, how open we are, of course, immediately you have to think about the security. So, of course, the security of SCADA systems is a big topic now, and it was actually always been a topic. So we observed all the needs of our customers, including the need of user management. So we have a fully integrated user management subsystem for logging users, giving them permissions to perform certain actions. Everything is logged, and also encrypted communications are supported. Also, we have a component that is running on the background that watches how the system is behaving. We call it a watchdog. We also have subsystems that are responsible for know-how protection. So each of the SCADA projects that you create in PROMOTIC can be encrypted and password protected, and also can be bound to specific license keys. So it's impossible for anyone to steal your know-how, your applications. I mentioned at the beginning that one of the unique features of our SCADA is the integration of the web server and the web technology that is available there. And let me explain what I meant by this. When you implement your SCADA application using our PROMOTIC SCADA platform, you can activate the integrated web server, and just by simple clicking to enable a local graphic interface panel, you can tell the system to translate the local graphic interface panel into a dynamic HTML page, and to use the integrated web server to share this screen with any device equipped with a web browser. What this means, it means that any device can become a SCADA client without the need of installing any other application. So the only thing that you need on your PC or tablet or smartphone, the only thing that you need is a functional web browser. And also, of course, it must be configured on the server that you have permission to access. So there must be a user created for you. And if you enter your credentials and the correct IP address of the web server, you can use this device with a web browser to connect and become a SCADA client. And this means not only that you view what the SCADA is showing, but you can become an active client, which means that you can fully control the application, input parameters, click buttons, generate reports, and so on. So this is really a full access into the system. And these days, many companies are preferring this web access to their applications. So the general architecture of SCADA applications now is not having a dedicated office where someone sits 24/7 having this SCADA running, but you have a server or virtual PC somewhere in the server room. The SCADA is installed there, and anyone, for example, a technology supervisor can walk around the production line and open the tablet, click on the web browser, open the window of the SCADA, and control all the technology that is happening in the production line. And this gives the customers great flexibility for all responsible people to be available, to be able to access the SCADA visualization panels remotely, only using a device with a web browser. So this is fully integrated. You don't need to know what HTML is. The system translates the local graphic interface into the dynamic HTML pages automatically. So this is a great, unique feature of our SCADA. Yeah, I also want to mention another important feature, and that is a full multi-language support for our applications. So you can create your applications with multi-language support. All the system texts are located in external text files. So you can easily just add translations of your texts into this external text file. And just by this, you can implement new languages into your applications. And of course, these languages can be switched while the application is running. So anyone can switch their native language. And of course, for the web clients, the same is also working. So multiple web clients connecting to the same web server can view the application in different languages. Now I would like to mention several reference applications that our system integrators created using our PROMOTIC SCADA platform. The first one I included into my presentation because this is one of the biggest, not the biggest at this moment, but one of the biggest applications that were created using our system. And it was implemented by a system integrator for the Czech railway system, the railway network, and they are monitoring the railway infrastructure, the railway station buildings, and also sensors and meters. This is a system that consists of several redundant servers and on several locations, and it has more than 750,000 data points that are being communicated from the technology. So these are just a few screenshots from the graphic interface. This is an overview map, and this is a focus on a specific railway station in Brno, and this is a building of the station where there are several data points where data is collected into the SCADA sensors and meters. The second application that I want to mention here is very close to the topic that we are discussing today, and this means energy monitoring. This is a office building in the center of Prague, very modern, very new, and what they wanted to is the implementation of energy monitoring system. and there are more than 100 of meters. There are electricity meters, water meters, gas meters, calorimeters for heating, and all these meters are connected to this system, and this system provides the owner of the building all the data they need to recalculate and invoice the costs of the energies to all the offices that are being rented there. So this is a system that focuses on collecting energy data and calculating costs for each of the tenants. This is a view of the layout of a floor with active meters indicated with numbers and colors there. Yeah, and this is the third reference that I wanted to mention because it's quite interesting. Our SCADA, PROMOTIC SCADA, is also being used by a Czech military, and they are using our system to monitor their military servers. We don't know where the location of the servers is. This is a secret location, but we know the system is working there for more than 10 years, and they are very satisfied with it, also with the security features, and they are extending and building this system further. So this is monitoring the accessibility of the site and also the environment parameters like temperature, humidity, and so on. So again, here are some screenshots from the application where the infrastructure is being monitored. I will go through several additional segments of various types of systems where PROMOTIC SCADA is being used. I will not go into detail, but this is just to show you that our SCADA, as I mentioned at the beginning, is very open, very flexible, so it can be used for various types of systems. And of course, also in connection with today's topic, there are many energy systems being done in our PROMOTIC SCADA, but not only that. There are also building management systems, very often being done in our SCADA. These are hotels, hospitals, universities, and so on. Also specific applications that monitor and control heating systems in towns and cities around Europe. And of course, a very important segment is using our PROMOTIC SCADA for manufacturing monitoring systems. There are various types of manufacturing plants that are using our system to monitor their manufacturing process. Also, hydro systems are being done using our PROMOTIC, starting with wastewater processing and also water supply and water dam and energy plants and other systems connected with this segment. We are also cooperating with integrators who focus on emission monitoring. So there are many applications done in PROMOTIC SCADA that are used to collect and monitor emissions around Europe and also other locations. And last but not least, also warehouse systems can be done using our PROMOTIC SCADA. One of the most interesting customers was the National Bank of Slovakia that implemented our system when they started using the euro currency, and they needed to bring euro notes and coins into their safes. So we implemented a system that is counting and storing the euro banknotes and coins in their underground safes. Yeah, and also honorary mention of the research and development partners that we have. So many universities, technical universities around Europe are using PROMOTIC SCADA for educational purposes, and also research facilities are using our SCADA to for their research goals. Now back to the company and our services that we are providing. So I hope this helped you understand that our system is not focusing on some narrow specific segment, but is very widely adopted among various types of segments. And as for our existing and also our new users, we are providing full technical support, either online or using our technical support guys to connect remotely, for example, to their customers, helping them solve their problems using, for example, TeamViewer, and also phone calls, emails, everything that you would expect to have from a software company providing SCADA software platform. So you can count on our technical support if you decide to use our software. This is something I will also show you when I finish my presentation, that we have created a series of training videos that are now available on our YouTube channel. So this is also a good starting point for any new user that wants to learn how to use our software. As for the licensing, I will also mention the information how to get licenses, how to find the price list of licenses and other important information on our webpage. For you now, at this moment, it's important that all the licenses that we are selling are one-time purchases. So you purchase license, you have it working. There are no maintenance fees or stuff like that. We also have a network of distribution partners. So if you, for example, prefer purchasing licenses of our system other than directly from us, you can contact any of our distribution partners. And the last and but not least, very important information, PROMOTIC SCADA is also available for testing and for small applications as a freeware, in a freeware mode. The important information is that if you use the PROMOTIC SCADA in freeware mode, and we will show you in a second how it works and what it enables you to do, you can just come to our web page, download the installation package, and you get all the features that I mentioned at the beginning of my presentation. The only limitation that you have with the freeware is that you can only do small applications with these up to 30 variables for the time unlimited runtime. But it gives you good opportunity to study the features, to test it for your purpose, and to evaluate if this is a good software solution to fulfill your needs. But we will go into this in more detail in a minute. And I would also like to mention one important feature, one important information, that PROMOTIC SCADA is continuously being developed since 1991. So now at this moment, the current version of PROMOTIC is 9.0. And we are already developing the new version 9.1. So maybe in a year's time, there will be a brand new version. But what you need to understand is that all the subversions that we are continuously publishing include bug fixes and new features. You can anytime come to our webpage, download the fresh updated version, and upgrade your software to the latest, most recent version. Yeah, this is just a screenshot from the last version of the development environment. So we have some basic idea how it looks inside if you open the system. But we will show you more details in a minute when we will demonstrate how you can use our system to connect to an existing device and create your first small energy monitoring SCADA. So just to sum up, we are on the market since 1991, more than 30 years. We have more than 10,000 licenses sold worldwide, and we have partners all around the world. Now, when we are a member of the Rishab Group, we hope that the distribution network will even expand, and we will be available to users all around the world. So thank you very much for your attention. I hope that that I passed all the information that was necessary to introduce our software, that you have a basic idea what it's used for and how can it be useful for you. And in order to even further pass this information, we would like to show you a short technical demonstration. The main purpose is to show you that you don't have to be afraid or worried that this is something too complex, too complicated in order to be used. So we will demonstrate to you now how to use the SCADA system to connect to this specific device. Many of you, I hope, know what this is. This is a power network meter manufactured by LUMEL, and the technical name is ND30. We have this device ready here, connected to our network, and we will show you in 15 or 20 minutes how easily you can implement and connect this device into a SCADA system, how to monitor the data that the device provides, how to store the data, how to view the data, and how to create this first building block of your possible energy monitoring system. So this will be the device that we will be connecting to. And now the last mention that I will have is this is the web page. The home page of our system is promotic.eu, and if you come here, you can open the download section and download the latest version 9.0.32 free of charge, and install it and use it exactly how we are going to show you now. So anyone who wants to try it, test it after we finish, you can just come here, download the system, and do exactly the same what we had, and maybe even more. So now I will pass the presentation to my colleague, and he will show you the steps that are necessary to do in order to connect the device, the ND30 meter, into PROMOTIC SCADA. The situation there is that he already downloaded the installation package, he installed the PROMOTIC SCADA system, and he will now open a new application and show you the steps that are necessary to do in order to have this working in the SCADA. So I will now stop the sharing of my screen, and I will pass the sharing of the screen to my colleague. So I hope everything's going to work fine. Okay, here we go. So now my colleague is clicking on the PROMOTIC Manager icon. This is a software utility that is installed with all the PROMOTIC versions. You will get this software, and this software is used for managing your applications. As you can see, my colleague has many versions, many applications already created here. So this gives you a good overview and management of these applications. But at this moment, he will create a brand new application by adding this new application to the system. He will select the latest version, as I mentioned, 9.0.32, and this is the welcome window. If you open the system asks you what do you want to do, we want to create a new basic application. So the first option is selected. My colleague will also select a folder where the application will be created, and also will choose an application name, ND30 for our purpose. So this is the title of the application, and by clicking next, the system will ask you about the basic layout of the graphic panels. So we will select the first option with the toolbar on the top. We will also select the design of the toolbar, black and white with texts. And now the system is creating the new application. And you can see here that the application is not empty. There is the basic object that includes everything, the root object, and there are some sub-objects. We will not go into detail about what these are for at this moment, but my colleague will show you how to easily create a new structure of objects that will be responsible for the communication with the ND30. So you can see he just selected a new object and communications. He selected Modbus, and if you expand the Modbus, there is a Modbus master subsections and the manufacturer LUMEL. So this is something that is already included in every installation of PROMOTIC SCADA. You will get it also if you download the installation package from our webpage. So we have prepared these, we call these pre-configurations. So these are actually subsections of applications that are prepared for you in order to simplify and make the creation process of SCADA application faster. So he selected the ND30 pre-configuration. Now if he clicks OK, the system's asking for some basic information. And the most important information here is the IP address of the device in the network. So this is our IP address that we will be using. And that's it. You just entered the IP address, confirm OK. And now the system created a new folder in the tree on the left side of the development environment there. And there are some sub-objects there. There is a graphic panel, there is a communication object, and also a data object. The data object is very important there because the system already created a data structure for you. And these variables that are defined here are corresponding to the parameters that are available in the ND30 meter. So it's already mapped and prepared for you. My colleague just modified several parameters in order to provide a better functionality. And now we can show you by starting the application into the runtime mode, which means this is the application running, not being developed, by really running. And this is the panel that the pre-configuration created for you. And here you can see already it took like 3 minutes. And here you can see a table where we have parameters being read from the ND30 device. So the communication is already working. We already have parameters coming from the device. So we have some voltages here, some frequencies there, but this is just to demonstrate that the configuration is okay, that the communication with the device is okay. So we can stop the application now, go back into the development environment, and now we will show you how to improve the application, make it prettier and more useful. So we will go into the graphic editor, and we will show you how to prepare a very simple monitoring dashboard where the graphic items included there will be connected to those variables, the parameters that we have shown you, but in a nicer graphic way. So my colleague will now just prepare the title of the application to make it look nicer. And then we will start adding new objects. As you can see, we can start with something very simple, a static text. So we will use this for the title of the application. So this is the simplest thing that you can do, just adding a static text as a title of the graphic panel. So here we go. The title is ready and inserted into the graphic panel. Now, just to remind you that we are now presenting a PROMOTIC SCADA software. We will enter an image into the panel, so you can also see we have a library of graphic items and images. So my colleague will enter a static image of the PROMOTIC SCADA logo there. So these are static objects that we started with, nothing fancy, nothing as interesting, but now it's going to get better, because now we are going to start to insert items that will be active, that will be connected to data, and we will provide measurements. So again, we have a library of these. We will select this meter and we will add it to the workspace of the graphic panel. Again, my colleague will just modify a few settings here, some texts. And now the most important thing is to create we call it a data binding. The data binding means that you connect a graphic object with a value that is being read from the device. So now he's selecting from the tree the list of variable there, and he's connecting to the voltage on line 1. And this way, just a few clicks, and you have a parameter connected to the graphic item that will be inserted into the workspace. So also the unit is defined there, and some colors for limits. This is just to make it nicer, make it more pretty for you. And when we insert this item into this workspace, you can see, here we go. This is the first item that we have inserted for the line 1, and because we have 3 phases in the device, so my colleague will now use the copy feature and will insert this copy of the already created item into the graphic panel. So this way he will easily create copies for line 2 and phase 2 and phase 3, and just by modifying few texts, he will also change the titles, the names of these objects, and also the data bindings. So the values from phase 2 and phase 3 are connected into these graphic objects. So as you can see, it's all configuration, clicking, nothing fancy. You don't have to be a rocket science to do this. And in this simple way, we are creating the basis of our power monitoring dashboard. So the last connection to phase 3. And now we will see that all the phases are now being connected to their representative meters. What we can also add now, in order to make it more interesting, is to add another technology metering item. For those of you who are familiar with energy and electricity monitoring, this is the power factor vector indicator. So we can also pick this from our library, connect it to the correct parameters from the device, and add it to our application. So again, very simple. You just select from the library, select the variable that you want to connect to, select it, the items from the tree. No programming, nothing fancy. Just making connections to the correct parameters. So now we have the power factor indicator there, and we can also add another type of meter. For this, we will use this analog type of meter, and we will connect this to the frequency that is being monitored by the ND30 device. So this is the last parameter that we will be connecting to. So you can see the process is very similar. You select the meter from the library, you connect to the correct parameter, and you add it to the workspace of your application. Okay, just some minor modifications of the limits so we can see it better. And here we go. We have a third type of graphic meter available there. And now let's go and see what it does, what we have just created. So now we have started the runtime, and as you can see, the numbers that are being measured from the voltages of phases 1, 2, and 3 are being read, are changing, and also the frequency is connected. You can see it's oscillating around 50 Hertz. So as you can see, again, it took only a few minutes, and we have a working dashboard of the basic parameters that are being read from the ND30 device. So now you, of course, think about, okay, this is the real-time measurement. We can see what's happening there, but we would like to have some history. We would like to see how the parameters changed in time. So now we will show you how to configure the system in order to collect the data with a time period, and how to store the data into a database file, and also how then to display the collected data. So my colleague is now creating the trend object. As I mentioned in my presentation, we call this periodic collection of parameters and saving those parameters with a timestamp into database. We call it trending. So my colleague created this trend object, and now he is going to configure the variables, the data that we are already collecting in real time from the device, and he will be pushing these into the database. So he's creating what we call is a data extension. So for each variable that you have in your application, you can define several types of data extensions, and this specific data extension that we are going to use now is called the trending data extension. What it means in general is that you tell the system, take this variable and push it into the trend object and into the database regularly, for example, every second, and store the values in the database system with a timestamp. So these data are then available for inspection, for viewing and analysis. My colleague is also selecting here the colors that will be then used when we create a graphic object that is used for viewing these trendy data. So he's doing just a very basic configuration, titles and some thresholds, so we can view it easily, and also the colors for the viewing. So that's it. We have almost all the variables that we needed configured for storage, for trending. The last one is the frequency. So while my colleague is finishing this, I again want to stress the information that we are not dependent on a single type of database. At this moment, we are going to use a file database system, the DBase, but you can also use other systems, SQL databases, and other data storage systems. So now we have it ready. And the last thing that we need to do is to add into our graphic dashboard a graphic item that will be used for viewing the data that we have collected. So my colleague is now selecting the item, the graphic item from the library, and he's going to do some basic configuration, place it into the workspace easily. We are also going to do some minor configurations as for the appearance, so it fits nicely into the layout of the application. And if in few seconds we will have the data configured to be collected with a timestamp every second into a database on the drive of the computer. This is what we did as the first step. And now we are creating a graphic item that is used for viewing the data. And at this moment, my colleague is going to select where the data will be loaded from and which variables will be included in our graphic trend viewer. So he's selecting from the pre-configured data, all the variables with the trend data extension are present here. He's just selecting from the list. Nothing fancy, no programming, no scripting. Now the configuration is saved, and we can show you what happens. So this is how it looks in the development environment. We finished the configuration, and now we can run the application again. So as you can see, we have the voltages available in the real-time graphic measurements. Okay, just a quick modification for the limit of the voltage, because today the voltage seems to be a little bit lower than we anticipated. Okay, here we go. And here you can see the trending graphic viewer is now showing you the graphic progression of the curves of the voltage that is being collected from the ND30 device. So now it took like maybe 10 minutes for us to create this simple dashboard, and you can see that we already have something that would be and could be useful for anyone wanting to monitor their energy quality and consumption. So this, you can consider this to be for example, a building block of a larger, more complex dashboard. But we will do a last step here very quickly. We will show you that it's also possible to create an independent trend viewer that will give you a much more flexibility of viewing your data. If you want to do some deeper analysis, you want to move, you want to zoom, you want to go back into history, and you want to look deeper into your data, we have a separated independent trend viewer. Again, it's just an item that is configured for you in the library, and we will add a simple button into the dashboard that will be used for opening this independent trend viewer. This is just to show you that you can view the trended values in more detail and do deeper analysis of anything that you collect. Okay, so again, some basic configuration. The button will be added here, and we will just tell the button to open a new view of the independent trend viewer. So that's it, and here we go. We can run the application again. So we can see the application is running, the trended data is there, we can press the button, and this is the independent trend viewer. You can see the interface is much more complex. There is a toolbar on the bottom, and this toolbar can be used to add the parameters that you want to see in the trend viewer, and please keep in mind that this is all in while the application is running. So this is fully customizable, fully configurable by any user that is, for example, responsible for monitoring the energy system. So the user can configure what to see, how to see it. So you can see it's very flexible. Okay, and here we go. And if you go full screen, you can see the toolbar there on the bottom, and you can use these navigation buttons to move around the data that you want to monitor and inspect closely. You can zoom in to see more detail. So this is how you can use this independent trend viewer for deeper analysis of your data. And the last feature that we will mention, of course, you can save your configuration here. So once you have the configuration of the trend viewing in the manner that you wanted, you needed, you can save the configuration, and anytime you open the trend viewer, then you can just load the configuration that you have created previously. So now we have the application running, everything is going smoothly, and now we would like to show you the last and for us the most important feature. We will open a web browser now, and we will show you this magic thing. You can just enter the IP address of the SCADA server that we have just created on this computer, and here you go. Only open your web browser, enter the correct address, and you have the full graphic interface of the SCADA that we have just created. And as you saw, it was like 20 minutes. So you have this, everything of that we created is also available in the web browser, and you have all the controls, all the features. You can also load the configuration of the trend that we have created locally in the application, and here you go. So this is all happening in a web browser. Please notice the address line of the URL at the top of the window there. So this is how you create a web-based SCADA. We have just shown you how to do this in maybe 20 minutes. So I hope that it was clear what we wanted to demonstrate here, and this is a useful feature for you, maybe something you can use in your projects. And just to sum everything up, I would like to ask my colleague to stop sharing his screen, and I will share my screen again, and I will show you some important details now. I have created a special video that summarizes what you have just seen here, because I hear you, oh, but David, we didn't get all the details and what was configured there. We would like to try this. So please let me inform you that as we have the PROMOTIC SCADA software available as freeware, you can then go to download, select version 9, download the installation package, and then I will share into the chat a link into my Google Drive where I created for you a special video that summarizes all the steps that you need to do in order to create exactly the application that we have shown you now. So you can open or copy the link that I have sent to the chat, and you can use it as a reference for you to what to do, how to try this exactly as we did. And if you want to get into more deeper knowledge, into more general information, how to proceed, what to do, I highly recommend you visit our PROMOTIC SCADA software YouTube channel. And in this YouTube channel, we have a complete training for new users available for anyone. So starting from bases, trends, arms, events, everything that we mentioned. And the chapter 8 is also about databases security. So I highly recommend you download the installation package, install PROMOTIC SCADA on your computer, and go through these training videos to get familiar with how the system works. And just one last bonus that I want to show you is what you can imagine how to proceed, what you can create. Because this is this simple application that we created for you with just one ND30 meter. This is something that you can consider to be a first building block of something bigger. And when I tell you that it can be really big, we have access to an existing application that is currently being used in LUMEL in Poland, in Zielona Góra. And they have these two buildings. This is the manufacturing plant of the Alucast, LUMEL Alucast, and also there is this administration building with the laboratories and assembly halls. So this is a real running application made by LUMEL in PROMOTIC SCADA. And I can show you, for example, what they use this. You have seen the photovoltaic panels on the roof of that building. So the photovoltaic panels are generating energy, and this is the application that monitors the consumption of the whole plant and how the photovoltaic plant and the power grid is providing energy to this manufacturing facility. So this is real in real time running energy monitoring application that was created in PROMOTIC SCADA. So there are much more details that you can go through. For example, there are some environment monitors like CO2 levels and other stuff, and also for the Alucast, for the manufacturing plant. There are the sections. They also have their own photovoltaic generators, so panels. So you can monitor the consumption of the whole manufacturing plant there. And there are like tens or even hundreds of power meters and sensors and detectors and other devices connected to this system. So you can imagine how you use this first building block that we have showed you in our demonstration, and you can create something like this, something bigger, something more complex, something that can help you really become the master of your energy efficiency and consumption. So this is the end of my presentation. I hope you liked what you saw, that we clearly explained what we needed to, and I highly recommend that you go to our webpage, you download our software for free, and then you go through the training videos to get familiar with how the system works, and you try slowly to create your first small SCADA application, and then build bigger and bigger systems using our software. If you need any other information, if you go to our webpage, there are all the contacts here, including mine. So you can send your questions directly to me or call me, and I will be happy to help you, to share information with you as you might need. So thank you very much for your time, for being us today with us here today, and I hope I get in touch with you, some of you further, and maybe we can establish some good partnership and cooperation in the future. Thank you very much. If you have some questions now, you can type in the chat, or we can get in touch personally. You can send me an email, and we can communicate this way. So again, thank you very much for your time. I hope you enjoyed the webinar as much as we did, and I hope to get in touch with you sooner. I don't see any text questions in the chat, so this is for me to say thank you too, and we'll be in touch. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.